Okay, so here's what I think. I think that I often make people uncomfortable when they find out what my job is. In different situations, I've had strong reactions from people. You know, they either sometimes they shut down, they stop talking to me. Sometimes they want to ask me every single question that they can think of, you know. But in general, I feel like all of that discomfort comes from the same place of people's fear about their own sexual desires and their own sexuality. Man, I think people think it's really normal to be afraid of sex. I've been making porn for a long time, and I just started stripping and doing work as a dominant, and also I'm a student. And also I'm a writer, so that's what I do. This is what my father said when I told him about my job. He said, well, I just worry, you know, have you ever done anything for money that you wouldn't have done otherwise? And I'm like, of course. I mean, who goes to work all the time because they really want to and not because they're getting a paycheck? I told her, and I was excited to tell her, because for me it was just one more, you know, fun thing that I had tried. And my mother cried. She just broke down and started crying. And she said, I can't believe that I raised you to think that you deserve to be hit.
There is a conflict in my mind, and it has to do with the women's right to control their bodies.
Right.
And so the fear, the part that creates fear as a mother is whether or not my daughter is being exploited. For you, I still have concerns that you're smarter than having to make money this way.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then you've got such a great brain, and you don't need to be, you know, killing your body. So I'm sorry to say my thing and then cut you off.
That's all right. That's okay. I love you so much, and thank you for calling. I mean, people ask all the time, you know, what do you do? And then you have to decide, do I tell the truth or do I lie and then possibly have to maintain that lie? And also, if I lie, am I then putting myself into the position of being ashamed? You know, feeling like I have to hide something.
We are a house of BDSM, and so we do like fantasy enactment and fetish exploration, and we don't get into any kinds of sex. I think that most people like associate what we do with like scary whips and chains. There's a lot of laughing and healing and maturity that goes on here.
Someone is having a session that includes spanking. Mm-hmm. I think I'm a little bit in character right now, so it's like funny for me to talk about the rest of my life. I mean, I definitely, especially here, have a, you know, aspect of my persona that comes forward. One of my teachers, he said, I would prefer not to have to explain your day job to the rest of the class. In my classroom, you are and should remain the smart girl in the front row. That's it. It's the kind of thing that's jarring for me every time it happens. When, you think that you're going to be dealing with someone on an equal level or something, or you just expect people to be at least polite to you. For him to say that, he's basically implying that you can't be a porn performer and also be a smart girl. And then it made me feel like maybe I shouldn't have said anything, like maybe I shouldn't have even told him. And then I keep having this sort of spiraling of like, when am I allowed to say that? Like, when am I not supposed to say? I don't know. When am I supposed to hide? Here it is now. My sister cries in her bed at the beginning of a day that she feels responsible for. At 10 years old, she already wears a bra and sparse dark hair between her legs. She knows nothing about my job. During the weekend, when I visit her, she wants to sing and run fast and watch crabs on the rocks and audition for TV commercials and make her own hot cocoa with the recipe on the back of the cocoa container. She wants to buy the coin machine gumball with her own quarter. She looks away from my offered change and says, "I don't want to owe anyone. I will pay for it myself." I got accepted to NYU, guys. For grad school.